Hey, what is up, everyone? And welcome to Market Psychology 101, where we look for value in the markets when there's fear and are cautious when there's greed. Today, I'm doing a little bit of a different bonus video for you guys, and this is all about Super Bowl advertisements for companies and why you should beware of those as far as when you get excited about their stock or the product that they are selling. So, we are going to be taking a look at some companies in the past when they've aired Super Bowl commercials and seen their product tank, or maybe the company went bankrupt. I don't know if you guys remember in the late 90s, there was an Enron Super Bowl commercial. Remember them? There's going to be a lot of these here. Some of you see this and you already know pets.com. That was the .com bubble. So we're going to be taking a look at some, and then we're going to be looking at the commercials that are airing this year. There's Arnold to get to the chopper. Some that are airing this year and seeing, are there any that have potential to possibly do bad or go bankrupt during the next economic downturn. So let's go on a journey together. And let's first off start by talking about Bitcoin. And for those of you who are new to my channel, Bitcoin goes in so far these 4-year cycles. Yes, we only have so many data points. Yes, we recently had ETF approval. However, if you look up some people's price predictions where Bitcoin might go, a lot of the people on YouTube, they reference the 4-year cycle and they expect it to keep doing the same thing or something similar. And then if you buy down here, then you can sell up here, and it's so stinking easy, whether it's with Bitcoin or some of the altcoins. So we're not going to get too much into that, but just know that is a phenomena that exists right now. And when the crypto.com commercial aired between who was in the Super Bowl, the Bengals and the Rams, when it was played in LA, look at this. I found this advertisement from February of 2022. And we'll see where Bitcoin was in February of 22. I have to go zoom in on the chart here. We're going to be in on the yearly. So this was the peak. That's that red line. That was the peak. November 21, February 22nd was right in here. And as you can see, this dotted line, that's where the price is today, 48,241. So February 2nd, we were here. And the next peak was the last peak until literally recently, this last month, the ETF approval and today. It took 2 years to get back to that price. However, when crypto.com aired and showed you that commercial, you guys probably remember this one with the QR code bouncing around quietly for 30 seconds, people trying to scan by crypto. You were buying the top. You were buying the local top, and you've been holding onto your losses for 2 years, and now you finally broke even, and you're wondering what the heck's going on? Why did I buy into crypto? So again, we fell down about 50 to 60%. We'll just go from here to the bottom there. Yeah, 58%, right there in the middle. So a lot of times, or sometimes I should say, there will be an advertisement and a company doesn't do so well. FTX, they're another one that aired the Super Bowl commercial, and they're the company that went bankrupt, the one with Sam Bankman-Fried. He had the commercials with Tom Brady, Steph Curry, and all those. And that one in November later that year just famously went under. So yeah, we'll close this one out. We'll get to the ads this year and kind of weigh them and see, might this one have potential to have problems in the future? We'll see. So pets.com, during the .com bubble, there's a lot of companies that crashed, went bankrupt, and even companies that people were very bearish on after the .com bubble. Amazon probably being the most famous one. So if we go way back, yeah, here's the .com bubble. You can see it right here. So Amazon, I remember it's still to this day. I was in the vehicle with my dad, and it was around here, and people were just shitting on Amazon, saying how bad it was. Sorry for the language, but Amazon's dead. It's awful. And from the top to the bottom, it fell 95%. So then again, if you would have bought Amazon, $1,000 worth of stock, at 44 cents there. Let's take a look. Here's the price right now, 174.45. If you would have bought near the bottom, let's just say in here because it's hard to buy the wicks. But if you would have bought Amazon stock when it tanked, divided by 4,579, you would have multiplied your profits by 381 times since then. So that's like saying if you put in 1,000 here, you would have $381,000 basically. So yeah, a lot of good times to buy Amazon when it's tanking back here. So that is one that survived. There was a lot of others that didn't. QB, Pets.com. You guys probably remember Radio Shack. They had a Super Bowl commercial once. Some of these other ones, man, I have not seen. Computer.com, that was a famous one. And look at that name, Computer.com. You'd think a company with such a simple, solid name would do well. Nope. NetPliance, our beginning. Gosh, yeah, this was around the time when, I want to say when the Ravens and the Giants played each other in the Super Bowl. It's around that time. So anyways, let's take a look at some of the ones today. Oh, sorry, before I forget. Let's go back and look at some other ads that have aired during the Super Bowl. So Carvana, that's a company that famously started to do really bad after the pandemic. Carvana, look at this, from 363 to $3.60. So that's like a 99% drop. It's gone back up. I remember talking to a buddy of mine. He couldn't believe how much money he got for his car. He's like, I don't know how they're making a profit. Well, turned out that was all true. So would I be buying Carvana here? No. Could it be another Amazon? I don't think so. Look at this, 11 billion dollar market cap. So again, that would be like saying if you bought $1,000 worth of Carvana stock today, you would want it to be worth 100 to 110 billion in order to 10x your profits and get 10,000. So I'm not huge on Carvana, but if you do your research, you love it, hey, look into it. FTT, that was the coin that was part of FTX that went bankrupt. They got bought out by Binance. Yep, this is around November. That's when everything went under. They were commingling funds. The people who ran the company weren't tracking numbers at all and using the money people invested for themselves. And again, these were the ads that featured Tom Brady and others. And look at this. It went from around 23 to 25 to a buck. It's gone up. It's gone back down. I would not be touching FTX token, FTT, with a 10-foot pole. I'm trying to think of any others. Some will probably pop into my head. So anyways, let's journey together and let's see what are some possible companies where there might be trouble in the future that maybe they are airing a Super Bowl and now people get excited about it and it is not a good time to buy, or maybe there's cracks beneath the surface. So we've been seeing a lot of streaming ads the last couple of years. Might streaming services have problems later on? Maybe. I don't know. Let's take a look at Paramount. Does Paramount have a ticker? Paramount Global, is this it? Well, that doesn't look too good. Let me go back. Let me check on my phone. Paramount stock. Sorry, I'm checking on my phone. Para. P-A-R-A. Yeah, that's correct. And so look at that. Stock's pretty much doing awful. This was the .com crash up here. So Paramount. Might Paramount be on its last breath here? It has almost a $9 billion market cap. This is the first time I've ever looked at the Paramount stock ticker. I'll be honest with you guys. So yeah, it doesn't look too good. And this is, you can see this is a key area of support. So if this starts going lower after the Super Bowl, you can say, hey, we knew Paramount was going to fail before it did. Paramount been around forever. You'd never think they'd fail. But then again, maybe they won't. Insurance, here's the Arnold one. I haven't seen it. So insurance probably going to be around forever. Oh boy. So last time we invested into a product that featured Tom Brady, crypto-wise, that was FTX, and that one tanked. MGM. Gambling's become more legalized. How are the MGM stocks looking? So MGM been around for a while, since the late 80s there. So maybe this overall looks strong. The stock's just been steadily going up. Here was the great financial crisis, so that hit it hard, but it recovered. So if a company can survive the great financial crisis, I would think that it's overall strong company. Don't screw this one up, Tom Brady. We all remember what happened last time. Skechers, shoes been around a while. We're going to kind of scroll past the food one. T-Mobile. Let's take a look at T-Mobile. And by the way, I don't know what T-Mobile's obsession is with the two guys from Scrubs. I guess someone in the T-Mobile marketing team was a big fan of Scrubs when it aired 20 years ago, whenever that was. And Zach Braff. I don't know why. I just find him annoying as hell. So I digress. Maybe you're a Zach Braff fan, but the commercials are just weird. So T-Mobile, how is their stock doing? Well, their stock's stronger than ever. So it wouldn't be a time I would buy personally. Not that it can't go up, but this is just a simple buy sell indicator I have on, and it has a sell signal. So last time the buy was when it was down here at 138, 140. It's up to 162. So yeah, don't get too excited about T-Mobile. Then again, this stock, it looks very strong, and it has high potential to rug. It Let me go back. It doesn't have high potential to rug. However, if it did rug, then you would have potential to lose a high amount of profits. That's how I meant to say that. So this is a stronger looking stock just from here to here. However, I'd wait till there's a buy signal and do some research on T-Mobile. What's it valued at? It's valued at nearly $200 billion. That's a lot for a phone company. Let's just compare that to Verizon. Here we go. Verizon, 167 billion. This one's going down. So that's interesting. That's Verizon compared to T-Mobile. T-Mobile looks way stronger. How about AT&T? Oh, it's just T. So, all right, click. Sorry, this thing's like not responding to me. Here we go. 18. So that one kind of looks like Verizon. That one's valued even less at 120 billion. So, and it's been up way higher, twice as much. So this one used to be worth 240 billion, way up here when it was about double the price. So we have AT&T, Verizon, macro downward, T-Mobile going up. I don't know about you guys, but I know this was years ago when I had T-Mobile service. Was not a fan. Verizon, they were all right. AT&T, I like them. So, but again, it's a product I like. It's a product I use. Maybe there's some potential for deep value here. But again, you would have to do your research, take a look at what the company's revenue is, what their expenditures are, how much extra cash flow, or how much extra cash do they have on the side for tough market conditions. Just some things to be aware of. You can't just purely base investment off of TA, technical analysis. It is one part, but it's important to look under the hood. Popeyes, I prefer Chick-fil-A. Does Popeyes have a stock? I don't know, somebody you could look into. I want to get going here so we can get to other good ones. BMW, they've been around forever. Seems like they'd be a solid stock. Does BMW have a stock? BMW. I think, aren't they part of Toyota? I believe they are. Is BMW part of Toyota? I'm speaking into my phone here. Who owns BMW Group? Okay. Does Toyota BMW? Okay. And some of you who do know this, I apologize if you're just screaming at your computer screen right now. So I'm just trying to. Oh, here we go. Yep, this is the one. What is Toyota? Toyota owns Lexus. That's where my brain was. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I had too much to drink last night. My brain's not doing too well. So here is BMW. Sorry, you guys got to watch me have a stupid moment there. 64 billion, and hey, stock looks pretty good. Company is solid. Germans. What did the ShamWow guy say? They always make good stuff. So yeah, there you go. BMW. I guess they're doing fine. Cold brew coffee. People like coffee. Pluto TV, another streaming service. So Is something, does, I'm going to type this in, does Pluto TV have a stock? Or who owns Pluto TV? Paramount. Huh. Paramount owns Pluto TV, so that's interesting. I did not know that. At least that's what Google's telling me. And the internet never lies, right? So I guess Paramount owns Pluto TV. At least that's what Google told me. Could be wrong. I just want to keep moving here. Budweiser, you got another Clydesdale horse and a dog having a dramatic moment. What else is new? I know Budweiser has had their issues not too long ago. Bud, Anheuser-Busch. Guys, I apologize for that BMW moment I had there. That's embarrassing. So Budweiser, market cap 128 billion. As you can see, I had a big sell-off here. March 2020, that was COVID times. And it is forming this rising wedge pattern here, higher lows, and it's tightening up. Might Budweiser be getting ready to go back to its highs and double in price? Maybe. Budweiser been around for a long time, so not the worst place really to buy Budweiser stock if you believe in it. And we did just get a buy signal on the weekly. How about the monthly? What's the last yeah, we had a buy signal down here when it was 55 on the monthly, and it's up a little bit. How much higher is it from the monthly buy signal? So a decent amount, 13%. Maybe you're going to wait for one more little pull back to these moving averages and then buy it. So yeah, if you like Budweiser, that might not be the worst time to get into that stock. We'll see. I know a lot of people are pissed at them over some woke thing. I don't look too much into it. Uber, let's take a look at Uber. Some stocks such as Zoom have struggled after peaking during COVID times. Uber doing better than ever. If you look at it here on the monthly, let's take it down to the weekly. So I would not be buying Uber here. It's worth 146 billion. If it's a product you like and use, I would, me personally, wait for more of a pullback or a stronger time to get in. And so, not to say that you can't make profits, but here, if you were to buy, you're chasing. So, yeah, I'd look for a stronger structure there. Dunkin' Donuts, they've been around a while. A lot of drink and food ads. Doritos always has good ones. Kawasaki, haven't really heard of them in a while. Wonder how Kawasaki's doing. Kawasaki. Yeah, this would have to be it, right? I would assume. So 600 B. Sometimes these the market cap's converted from, or it's showing what it is in Japanese, and it'd be like 10 times less here. So I wouldn't trust that number in American dollars. I think this is Kawasaki as far as the main brand. So it's rising. Stock's doing okay. That looks fun. There's going to be a bear and bald eagle and malts. All right, funny. Yogurt. People like their yogurt food. We're skimming past the food one. Here we go. So is this going to be one of those Crypto.com, Enron, financial type of commercials? E-Trade. Might E-Trade have some cracks under the hood. These commercials with the babies freak me out. So E-Trade. I don't know too much about E-Trade. I see their commercials. E-Trade. I wonder, does it pop up if we put it in? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Is it I'd have to look more into E-Trade. We're not going to fumble around too much here. So yeah, do some research on E-Trade. Maybe that's one that has some cracks under the hood. DraftKings. I know DraftKings has a stock too. Here we go. How's DraftKings doing? Man, look at this. IPO, sometimes I like to wait at least a year. Here is higher than ever, and you'd have to wait 3 years for the bottom. DraftKings overall, almost a 4x from the bottom if you're able to catch that. So, yeah, something to be wary of. BIC, the lighter. Etsy, I've heard of Etsy having sell-offs in the stock since COVID time. So yeah, here it got up to 300. Now it's about a third of the price at around 80. Might Etsy be a company where you can get some good deep value, or is it one that has cracks under the hood? So Etsy, they have a commercial. Booking, I use Booking. I like their services. Does Booking.com have one? This is fun. We're just researching. So this is a stock I like and using. God dang. Look at that. 131 billion last 5 years. Since COVID, this has looked like a very strong stock. My goodness. So that's a strong wick up. So we had a buy signal down here. Man, look at that move. That is something. So we've gone up since that last weekly buy signal 35%. I would assume a sell signal is going to come and then we're just going to keep creating a higher low. But again, we've been in this oversold or overbought region, and got under the 50 briefly here. Well, that's a good time to get in. But we've been up here since January last year, so Booking has been on a tear for the last year. Body Armor, Miller Lite, Starry. What is Starry? Starry over Sprite. Starry drink. So it's, yeah, Coke, Pepsi always going at it. People are gonna. I'm sure this one will be memed because there are people that feel very strongly about their Sprite. I'll just leave it there. And seeing a competitor might trigger some people. Coors, Squarespace. Did we talk about Squarespace? I feel like Squarespace has had some issues before, and they've. Here we go. They've had ads, Super Bowl ads before. Let's take a look here. So yeah, here's one where after the IPO, I like to wait a year and then see where the price is at. You can see it just tanked. So it tanked by over double, really. And it's been slowly grinding back up. So Squarespace worth 4 billion. Maybe this one's got some long-term potential. Do your research on Squarespace. May not be the worst place to buy. Oreo, chocolates, and keep moving. Oh, look, another Ryan Reynolds movie. Funny guy. I'm sure he'll talk and make witty remarks for 2 hours straight. Dawn, they've been around forever. Cosmetics. For any females out there, hey, there's some big brand, high profit cosmetic companies, and something to do your research, look into. I don't use makeup products. I'm assuming that's what it's for. It says cosmetics, but whether it is or isn't, just something to look out for. That's a multi-billion-dollar industry and something to do your research on. Cosmetics. Kia. So this is curious. So Kia and Hyundai, they've had problems because people have been easily breaking into their cars. And that's something I've read about where I've lived, that people can easily steal their cars. And so I believe it was Progressive Insurance. They were saying, hey, we're not going to insure Kias or Hyundais until they fix this. So Kia, what is Kia's? I'm looking up a stock ticker, not seeing anything solid. KRW. I have a number here. Here we go. How's Kia doing? Well, it looks like, is it as high as it's ever been? Yeah. And that's interesting after thinking of all the problems. And again, this is in Korean, so it's probably 45 trillion. It's probably like a $40 billion market cap. And so Apple, Microsoft, they're the most valued stocks in the world at 3 trillion. That's US dollars. This is obviously Korean. Nothing's worth 45 trillion, much less Kia Motors. So it's probably worth something like 40 billion if I had to guess. But yeah, Kia higher than ever. This is curious. It kind of keeps doing the same thing. Rides up, slowly crashes down. Rides up, slowly crashes down. Rides up. I don't know. Yeah. I don't like their cars. They've always seemed cheap, and then they had the braking problems where they can easily be stolen. And I know they're cheaper and more economical and more easy to afford. But then again, all because a lot of people buy them doesn't mean they're a great product. But I don't know how the companies manage. If you like Kia, hey, maybe think of taking a shot. Cetaphil. Okay, what is this? It's something for some pharmaceutical company. Don't know anything about it, but maybe you could look at it. Dove soap. Cool. Google. Volkswagen. All right, there we go. So what did we find? Well, is something that sticks out to me that we didn't see, and that's I didn't see any crypto ads. So I guess that means we're bullish on crypto because we're in the halving year and we haven't peaked in a 4-year cycle. Should we have that again? So no crypto ads, yay! Last time we got a crypto ad, guys, I showed you we tanked 60%. We've just recently got back in the profits with the ETF approval. Uh, Squarespace, Budweiser, some possible long-term potential. Wait, I don't know. What do you guys think? Are there any that stick out to you? Any companies that you're thinking of that are, maybe Etsy's one, Booking, that was another one that we saw that, hey, that company's doing really great. Are there any? We have DraftKings and what was the other one? MGM with Tom Brady. I don't know. Is Tom Brady a curse for these companies like he was for FTX? We'll see. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. E-Trade. I have to look into E-Trade. I've seen their commercials forever, and it's suspicious their stock didn't come up. I don't know really too much about E-Trade, what bank they're affiliated with, or yeah, how they operate. I've never used E-Trade, so the babies always creep me out. Some people find it hilarious. I find it creepy. There was another one, Paramount. That's what it was. Paramount's one we looked at where there looked to be some weakness in the stock. Yes, and so who knows? Paramount, could this be one where we look back and we're like, wow, this was either the beginning of some great times in the future and the stock bounced and it did great, or that was the beginning of the end. Uh, yeah, take your bets there. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different outside the norm. Hope you enjoy the Super Bowl. Maybe comment below who you think's going to win, Chiefs or 49ers. If you're curious who I think's going to win, yes, I know the Chiefs have been there before. However, I think this is the weakest Chiefs team that they've put into the Super Bowl out of all the previous ones. Well, in some ways, when they lost to Tampa Bay, the Chiefs did not have a good offensive line. They didn't even score a Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, I think. And Tom Brady got all the credit, even though their defense shut out the Chiefs' offense as far as touchdowns go. But the Chiefs they're missing weapons. I know they have Travis Kelce, but they don't have really a true receiver. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, he has the dropsies, guy from Green Bay. They have a great running game. I think they have to lean into the middle of the field, the passes to Kelce, and then the play action. They have to be able to run the ball well with Pacheco. And the Niners, I like their offense and the way it matches up against the Chiefs defense. Here's my key to the game. If the Niners are able to stop the Chiefs run game or keep them at bay pretty well, I think the Niners are going to win. So I believe the Niners are favored, but yeah. Anyways, enjoy the game, guys. Enjoy your Sunday. And yeah, take care.